Heated Rivalry. I'm halfway through my listen of it, and it's the first romance I think I've ever read, and certainly the first audiobook I've listened to in a number of years. So there's a lot of novel elements, but there's one thing that sort of stood out, and I haven't really had the language or vocabulary to explain it until now. And that is that I think it's the first time I've read through something that centers on the male POV in like an intimate encounter. Now, look, I'm a straight guy, unless the money's really good. And I want to be clear, I'm in no way discounting that like the male gaze drives a lot of like the aesthetic world around us and the choices people make and like, our cultural standards. I'm not saying that's not a real and predominant cultural force. Just look at a number of my videos on like my concerns around adult content. But when it comes to like a reading thing or a thoughtful description of how a human person, a human man encounters intimacy and all of the awkwardness and self-doubt and physical sensation that comes with it, things that every person, straight, gay, or in between feels, I don't think I've had a reading experience before that centers like the male POV. And yeah, I've dabbled in romantasy, but for the most part, those are focused on the plights of young women and the 800-year-old fairies they fall in love with. Nesta's my girl, but different plumbing. And I have to say, in a world where I think men struggle with articulating their feelings or talking through some of these like deeper questions of intimacy, it probably would be a good thing if more people had encounters with like the written word that let them experience empathy through the perspective of characters who were like them. And on the like them note, I should be clear, like it does not impact my experience of this book or like the parts of it that I'm talking about here, that the partners are two guys as opposed to like a guy and a girl. Like the thing that I'm reacting to is that it's in a man's head as he experiences something intimate and wonderful with somebody else, regardless of who they are. And I gotta say, as a comfortable straight, if you are the person who is worried that like stuff like this will turn somebody, brother, that is not how that works. Anyways, been a fun listen so far, and I am diving back in, soldiers.